nothing but whisper. I hope you all are doing well today. I have had a time, you guys. I've had a time. Yesterday, I recorded my prayer journal entry video, and I edited it. And since it was a longer video, I did not watch it before I uploaded it. And me and my mama went to go watch it, and I realized 3 minutes in that I had edited in a video or a clip that was supposed to be trashed. Let's just say that. And in my haste to delete the video before anybody saw it, I deleted the wrong video. I ended up deleting my DVD collection, show and tell. Okay. Today I prayed, you guys. I really had to pray because it's like I don't understand why this evil spirit is trying to keep me from making videos for my channel. I do not know why, but you guys know how excited I was over that DVD video because it was gaining recognition, and I was like, oh man, maybe people are seeing it when they search in DVD trigger videos. I said, so like I was getting really excited, and I ended up deleting it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It was like it was wiped off the face of the earth. Yeah. But earlier, I woke up right away, took my edible, of course, put my makeup on, and started to do the video again. My microphone started acting out. So that was another 2 hours down the drain. And I started getting tired, you guys. I started yelling in my room. My parents are probably calling the ambulance to take me to the crazy house right now. I said, what did I say? I said, you will not keep me from doing this video. I said, in Jesus' name, I will not let you keep me from doing this video. So I am hoping and praying that that prayer worked, you guys, because if I gotta go through this video one more time. But I have dwindled my collection down because I realized that most of the movies I don't really remember and I haven't seen in a long time. And I've dwindled down to 22 movies I can watch hundreds of times, can watch it over and over and over. My comfort movies I grew up with, favorite movies, just these are my go-tos, okay? And I've got 22 of them, so. The first one is Overboard. This is probably my number one go-to movie. Definitely top 5. I've seen it so many times. Okay, and I am going to read the back to get the video to be a little bit longer. It's the craziest mix-up ever. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell dazzle the screen in this buoyant screwball comedy of memory making and memory faking. One of Hollywood's most dynamic screen pairs, Hawn and Russell, make the most of every hilarious situation in this delightful, riches to rags romance that's perfect entertainment for anyone who appreciates a great practical joke. Hawn is Joanna Staten, the pampered wife of a pretentious yacht-owning socialite. When their boat gets stuck for repairs, Joanna employs carpenter Dean Proffitt to improve her closet space. But when Dean asks to be paid, he's blatantly turned down by the nothing is ever good enough for me, Joanna. So when Joanna falls overboard and gets a bad case of amnesia, Dean takes advantage of the situation and a stroke of retributive genius tells her that she's his wife and the mother of his 4 unruly children. I love that Bees ASMR mentioned this video, or mentioned this movie in one of her videos. I was like, I'm not the only one that loves it. They also remade this movie. Yeah, it was awful. Anna Faris was in it. The chemistry was all off. It was awful. But you don't remake a good movie like this. You just don't. You just don't do that. You don't do it. Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. I grew up with this movie. I watched it with my brother Joe, especially, all the time. All the time. It used to come on the Disney Channel all the time. This thrilling and truly captivating theatrical hit from Disney has become an instant favorite with audiences of all ages. You'll lose your heart to Chance, a fun-loving American bulldog pup, Sassy, a hilarious Himalayan cat who lives up to her name, and Shadow, a wise old golden retriever, all of whom express themselves with very familiar human voices. The adventure begins when the loving owners of these irresistible pets are forced to leave them in the temporary care of a friend who lives hundreds of miles away. But after several days, the worried animals begin to think their family must be in trouble, so they decide to head for home. On their incredible journey across the ruggedly beautiful Sierras, they encounter unexpected surprises from man, beast, and nature alike. It's an unforgettable story of love, courage, and devotion that will delight and inspire generations to come. Love this movie so much. I was obsessed with golden retrievers. I still am to this day. I've always wanted a golden retriever. Always, always, always. The ending to this movie gets me every time. The Princess Diaries. I got this movie for my, how old was I? I think I was 10. My 10th birthday. And the day before my birthday, I had an attitude with my mother because we're both hard-headed and we get in arguments all the time. And she said, well, I did get you the Princess Diaries VHS, by the way. I'm telling my age here. And she said, but now you're not getting shit. So I went to bed all heartbroken, probably cried, typical 10-year-old attitude, apologies and stuff. And when I got up the next morning for school and went into the kitchen, the VHS to this movie was on top of the kitchen table. And she always signed my name on my birthday cards, Kellyanne. So, and if you guys don't remember how beautiful the VHS was, it was white and it was like shimmery. It was really pretty. And I loved this movie the first time I saw it, and I've loved it ever since. It was Anne Hathaway's first movie. Disney's hilarious smash hit gets the royal treatment in this extraordinary special edition, only on DVD, starring Academy Award winner Julie Andrews, the enchanting Anne Hathaway, and Hector Elizondo, who also plays in Pretty Woman. The Princess Diaries is a cool, comical Cinderella story that will touch your heart. For teenager Mia Thermopolis, just surviving each school day is an adventure. Then the shocking news arrives that she's a real-life princess. So begins a comical transformation towards poise and princessness, including a media storm, jealous schoolmates, and a plot to take over the country. Comfort movie, you guys. I love Julie Andrews, too. I'm going to have to take a sick day one day, or a sick week when she does one day, I swear. I got Mr. Penn again. I'm sorry this video isn't going to be as long as the last one, and I hate that, man. But I gotta let it go. There's nothing I can do about it now. Billy Madison, my favorite Adam Sandler movie. He's the heir to the Madison Hotel Millions. Sorry. But in order to win his father's respect in his Fortune 500 company, grown-up goofball Billy must repeat all 12 grades of school in just 24 weeks. Comedy superstar Adam Sandler stars in this laugh-a-minute hit, now available in this new special edition with never-before-seen bonus features. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta be careful with that pen you got. That shit's strong. But this is my favorite Adam Sandler movie. I watched it all the time with my twin brothers all the time growing up. And I've loved it ever since. So funny. So quotable. Me and Nathan at work, he's my age, so we quote movies all the time. Thank you very much, Miss Slippy. So he's my age, and I love that. I love quoting movies almost as much as I love the movies themselves. So it's always nice to work with people that actually know a good movie if it hit them on the side of the head. My favorite biopic, and I love this edition of Walk the Line. There's Joaquin Phoenix, who plays Johnny Cash, and Reese Witherspoon, who plays June Carter Cash. This movie is over 2 hours long, but it grabs you from the very first scene. He loses his brother Jack right in the beginning, and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Deals with drugs, addiction, fame. That's why I didn't like the Dewey Cox story, because it made fun of this movie, and that pissed me off. Because I think this movie is amazing. And it won Reese Witherspoon, my favorite actress, her first and only Oscar so far. Such a great film. Great music, great storyline, everything's great. The Miracle Worker. This is the movie about Helen Keller. It's a true story. She could not see, nor could she hear. Could you imagine, you guys, not being able to see or hear? And, oh, well, I forgot. I'm reading the back to you guys. This one didn't have a back to it. Starring, it was quite possibly the most moving double performance ever recorded on film. Anne Bancroft and Patty Duke are remarkable in their Oscar-winning portrayals of Annie and Helen. Locked in a frightening, lonely world of silence and darkness since infancy, 7-year-old Helen Keller has never seen the sky, heard her mother's voice, or expressed her innermost feelings. Then Anne Sullivan, a 20-year-old teacher from Boston, arrives. Having just recently regained her own sight, the no-nonsense Annie reaches out to Helen through the power of touch, the only tool they have in common, and leads her bold pupil on a miraculous journey from fear and isolation to happiness and light. Kudos to whoever wrote that on the back. Like, kudos. Both these actresses, this was Patty Duke's first movie ever, and Anne Bancroft both won an Oscar for this movie. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. My favorite 80s movie. Can't Buy Me Love. Nowhere man Ronnie Miller is secretly in love with Cindy Mancini, the prettiest, most popular school on campus, or popular girl on campus. When Cindy finds herself in a desperate predicament, Ronnie steps in to save the day for a price. Cindy must pose as Ronnie's girlfriend so that her popularity might rub off on him. But the road to popularity takes an unexpected twist when Ronnie becomes so cool that his former friends feel the chill. Cindy is left totally out in the cold, and Ronnie himself discovers that money might buy you popularity, but it can't buy you love. I love the message of this film. I love Patrick Dempsey in this film. This is where my obsession with Patrick Dempsey began. I know he was in another movie in the 80s called Loverboy. Like, I loved him. I always loved him. But I love movies about lessons and movies like The Miracle Worker about redemption and beautiful movies like that. But great 80s movie. A Little Princess. From the beloved classic by the author of The Secret Garden, A Little Princess has storytelling magic to unlock imaginations and inspire dreams. Sarah Crew shares a life of wonder in exotic India with her devoted father, but war draws Sarah's father into the military, and Sarah is sent to a New York boarding school run by the strict Miss Minchin, to whom exuberant Sarah is a troublemaker. But with courage, imagination, and kindness, Sarah overcomes her hardships and changes her life and the fortunes of those around her. Experience this jewel of a movie for anyone who ever wishes or dreams. One of my favorite movies growing up. The back can't explain how amazing this movie is. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Sorry. Alright. One of my favorite rom-coms. Crazy Stupid Love. 40-something Cal Weaver, Steve Carell, thinks his marriage is perfect until his wife Emily, who is played by Julianne Moore, asks for a divorce. Now Cal is single and looking for love with the help of expert lady killer Jacob Palmer, Ryan Gosling, who gives Cal's manhood a remarkable makeover. Amid inappropriate crushes and romantic encounters, Cal and Jacob discover that being a player without the right partner isn't just crazy and stupid, it's impossible. Ryan Gosling plays in this film. Emma Stone. You guys, did you see Emma Stone's new haircut at the Oscars or Golden Globes last night? She's always had like that fairy look about her, so it works on her, but like her hair was so beautiful in this film and long, and I don't know if I like it or not. But this film has a great plot twist too that I love. 17 again. My favorite Zac Efron movie. If you somehow had the chance, would you do your life over? 30-something Mike O'Donnell would. Then, one mysteriously magical moment, Mike gets his chance. He's suddenly back at Hayden High, where he's the star of the basketball team, a total hottie and a classmate to his own teenage kids, which gives Mike a chance to go from not-so-good dad to really cool friend. Zac Efron and Matthew Perry are 17 again and fabulously funny as a younger and older Mike, and a good time rap comedy that proves the best year of your life is the one you're living right now. I'm sorry, you guys. Does Matthew Perry really hurt? Like, there are certain actors' deaths that hurt, and that one hurt. I've always loved Matthew Perry. He's amazing in this film. Zac Efron even said, I think, Walk of Fame or something maybe, or maybe, I don't know, but an interviewer had asked Zac about that Matthew Perry had mentioned that if there was ever a biopic about him, he would want Zac Efron to play him. And I think that was the best compliment that Zac Efron has ever gotten in his life, and that's the way he acted towards it, and I love that. But this movie, it's so funny. I mean, it's almost like Big, the movie Big with Tom Hanks. I love his friend Ned. Like, I would totally go for that. Like, he's such a nerd, but he's so funny. Like, it's just, this movie is everything. It's everything. It's just everything. The Bridges of Madison County. I just watched this again this year, or last year, sorry, for the first time in a long time. World-traveling National Geographic photographer Robert Kincaid and Iowa housewife Francesca Johnson aren't looking to turn their lives upside down. Each is at a point in life where expectations are behind them. Yet 4 days after they meet, they don't want to lose the love they found. Academy Award winners Meryl Streep, earning her 10th Oscar nomination, and Clint Eastwood bring blazing star power and powerful conviction to the lovers chronicled in Robert James Waller's robustic bestseller. Once again, the back doesn't explain how beautiful this movie is and heartbreaking it is. But I don't want to give you guys spoilers, so no spoilers. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite Meryl Streep movies of all time. A Cinderella Story. You know, the acting is really kind of cringy in this movie. We all know that, but this movie is like a guilty pleasure of mine. Substitute a cell phone for glass slipper, a convertible, I'm so sorry, for a two-door pumpkin in an LA suburb for a kingdom far, far away, and what do you get? A happily ever after, or a happily ever laughter twist on the Cinderella tale. Sam scrubs floors at a diner, copes with her wicked stepmother and stepsisters, and dreams of going to Princeton, the perfect spot for a would-be princess to find a prince. But maybe she has a Prince Charming already. Her anonymous email buddy, Chad Michael Murray, who arranges to meet her at the Halloween dance. Sam panics when the mystery man turns out to be the coolest guy on campus. Can he love a girl not part of the in crowd? Can fairy tales come true? Only if Sam stands up for herself and turns her dreams into reality. This started my obsession with Chad Michael Murray. There was a year that I watched One Tree Hill up to the 6th season, because after that, Chad Michael Murray wasn't on there anymore, and I gave up on it. I love him. I love him. I love him. Ages like fine wine. It's just I loved Hilary Duff movies back in the day. Like, I love this movie. I love Raise Your Voice with her. Lizzie McGuire movie. I love Jennifer Coolidge in this movie. She's so funny. And it's just one of those movies, you know. I'm sorry for all the breaks, you guys, but I'll be right back. It's very cold outside and my sinuses are driving me crazy. I'm sorry. One of my top 2 favorite Christmas movies of all time. Jack Campbell is a single, wealthy Wall Street trader living the high life in New York City. All that magically changes one morning when he wakes up in a suburban New Jersey bedroom with a wife he never married and 2 kids he never had. The life he would have led if he had made different choices as a younger man. Find out what it takes for a single-minded businessman to become the family man in this wonderful comedy about second thoughts and second chances. Beautiful, beautiful Christmas movie. My favorite Nicolas Cage movie of all time. This is one I'm actually going to watch today, and I've seen it 100 times, and I don't even care how many times I've seen it. That's 27 Dresses. Katherine Heigl lights up the screen in this charming romantic comedy from the screenwriter The Devil Wears Prada. Heigl stars as Jane, a romantic, completely selfless woman who's been a happy, helpful bridesmaid no less than 27 times. But when her own fairy tale wedding seems to be nowhere in sight, until younger sister Tess captures the heart of Jane's boss, with whom she's secretly in love, inspiring Jane to change her always a bridesmaid destiny. I love the Benny and the Jets scene in this movie with Jane Marsden. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love Katherine Heigl. My favorite Thanksgiving movie. Director Joey Foster dishes up a heaping helping of holiday hilarity with this laugh-out-loud comedy from screenwriter W.D. Richer about family, food, and finding acceptance with the people you love. In a span of 36 hours, Claudia Larson has managed to lose her job, make out with her boss, and learn that her daughter is planned to go all the way. But Claudia's fortunes actually take a turn for the worst when she flies home to endure an even more grueling trial, the family Thanksgiving. Beset by a neurotic mother, kooky father, eccentric brother, and compulsively normal sister, Claudia struggles to maintain her calm. But as sparks fly, tempers flare, and turkeys go airborne, Claudia manages to recapture the zaniness of her childhood, discover that the most important things in life are the memories she shares with family, and for that she can only be grateful. You guys, let me just tell you guys, I love this movie. I watch it every year with my mom. I love Robert Downey Jr. in this movie, even though I can tell he is high off his ass in this movie. This was before he got clean. But I still love his character in this movie. I had the worst night last night. I was upset about my old DVD video, and I hope and pray that this went down without a hitch. Besides all the breaks, I hope it's okay. But I was just trying to go to sleep. I didn't go to sleep until like 12 o'clock last night. And I ran across this Christian motivational video on Facebook, but I didn't see who posted it at first. And I watched the whole video and ended up crying my eyes out. And that's when I ended up praying about, this video. And I told God, I said, maybe I can do better in this video than the last video. I said, I can't cry over spilled milk. But David was the one that shared that motivational speech. And I told him, I said, you have no idea how much I needed to see this tonight. And he told me, he said, I know there are a lot of bad videos shared on Facebook, but, it makes me happy to know that, me sharing the good stuff, there's also good stuff to share. And I said, you are exactly right, because that video made my whole night. God comes through sometimes, you guys, even through friends, because last night was awful. Oh, The Family Stone. My favorite Christmas movie. An incredible all-star cast shines in this deliriously funny comedy that balances heart and humor with a sharp comic edge, featuring Sarah Jessica Parker and a Golden Globe got, yeah, Golden Globe nominated role, The Family Stone is engaging, enticing, and first rate. Corporate executive Meredith Morton is as uptight and ultra-conservative as her pinstripe designer suit. Her boyfriend Everett Stone's family is as relaxed and quirky as their agent New England's colonial. So when Meredith ventures out of Manhattan to meet Everett's clan, it's no wonder her arrival is met with all the enthusiasm of a nasty nor'easter. But one surprise guest, 2 shocking romances, and several beers later, Meredith's icy exterior begins to thaw, and she may just melt the hearts of the family stone. This movie, Christmas movie is so controversial because so they're together at the first part, and she calls her sister to come be with her because she feels like she's being picked on. And her boyfriend ends up falling for her sister, and she ends up falling for his brother, Luke Wilson. I love Luke Wilson. I prefer Luke Wilson over Dermot Mulroney any day. But, Luke Wilson was the free spirit that she needed to let her, as he likes to call it, freak flag fly. He broke through that. And then that part in the car where he tells her that he dreamed about her. Oh my gosh. Oh. Great movie, you guys. Great movie. My favorite Drew Barrymore movie. I gotta tell you guys about some of these because some of the backs of these doesn't even describe how amazing some of these movies are. I can't describe it better to you guys. This is a childhood, adulthood, teenagehood favorite. Beverly. It starts off the movie, I think she's turned like 12 or 13. And she is boy crazy. She is obsessed with romance and boys and wants a bra for Christmas. That's what she asked her father for Christmas, is a bra. So a boy will notice her, and when she turns 15, her and her best friend are on a way to a party. Her best friend is played by Brittany Murphy, you guys. And at the party, she's a writer. She has always enjoyed writing, and she wrote her crush a poem. His name is Sky. He's the quarterback of the football team. And she gives it to him at the party, and she's like, don't read it now. She said, later when you have a chance. He's like, later when I have a chance. And then they're like, read it. And he reads it in front of everybody. And she is horrified and upset, and she runs to the bathroom to hide. And she runs into this boy named Ray in the bathroom because he's smoking in the bathroom. And he's like, why are you crying? And she tells him that Sky had read that poem in front of everybody. He was like, I know him. He said, I'm going to run down here and tell him I forget what he said. But a fight ensues, and Sky goes to hit Ray in the face, and Ray does this so that the quarterback breaks his hand because he punches his forehead. Yeah. And so Beverly, her best friend's boyfriend, and her and Ray escape the party and go parking. And I guess she's got heart eyes for this Ray because he defended her honor. It's something she's always read about in books and movies and TV shows. And she's like, oh, he defended my honor. And her best friend and her boyfriend, who was going off to war, are already in the back seat. Yeah. And this, she has sex with Ray for the first time. She has sex with Ray and gets pregnant at 15, and which breaks her father's heart. She is so close to her father in this movie before she becomes pregnant. And when she does, like, it just breaks his heart. Like, it's just awful. But as the years go on, so she ends up marrying Ray because her family tells her that's the right thing to do. But as the years go on, she wants to prosper. She wants to be a writer. She wants to go places in life. But Ray is too into himself and is addicted to drugs and alcohol. And okay, there's given descriptions and then there's given spoilers, so I'll leave it at that. Let's just say Ray almost ruins her life. It's an amazing movie about motherhood if you're a mother. It's an amazing movie for anybody that's ever escaped a toxic relationship and made their dreams come true. It's just amazing, amazing movie. Remember the Titans. My favorite sports movie. I watched this movie the other night. This is set in the 70s, 1971, when it was going from segregation to integration, where, blacks and whites were going to the same school. And this football team is integrated as well. And they had to learn how to play as a team and not judge each other. And it actually starts with captains, Gary, who's the quarterback, and Julius. And when they start getting along, it's like a domino effect. And Denzel Washington, this is, in my opinion, his best movie. I don't think this movie gets as much recognition as it should. It's beautiful, beautiful movie, beautiful movie. My favorite buddy cop movie. I don't usually like buddy cop movies. You guys, when I saw the preview for this movie, I was like, Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy as buddy cops. I was like, that is not going to be good. But at the time, we had a girl from the Ukraine. We lived in Myrtle Beach, and we housed a Ukraine girl for the summer, one summer. Her name was Christina. We're still friends with her to this day. And we pray for the Ukraine and what they've been going through for years. But we even took her to see this. Me and my mom went to the theater 3 times to see this. And even though she could not understand the language in the movie, when we laughed, she laughed. But, okay. Oscar winner Sandra Bullock and Oscar nominee Melissa McCarthy are a dynamite duo in this outrageously funny comedy from the director of Bridesmaids. Uptight FBI special agent Sarah Ashburn and foul-mouthed Boston cop Shannon Mullins couldn't be more incompatible. But when they join forces to bring down a ruthless drug lord, they become the last thing anyone expected. Buddies. This movie, and I will tell you guys this, I do not like many movies with a lot of cussing. This movie's rated R. I cannot believe it's rated R. It's all because of the language. But I love Bridesmaids. Oh my gosh, I love Bridesmaids. And I love this movie, regardless of the cussing, because it's just so dang funny. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So funny. So many great one-liners. So many, like, Paul Fig is his name that wrote this movie. I can watch it over and over, you guys. Funny farm. A family staple. When Chevy Chase, as a Manhattan sports writer, abandons his career for country life, you know getting away from it all will inevitably mean getting in deeper. Urban transplant Andy Farmer and Funny Farm is Chase's best work. Madeline Smith co-stars as Andy's supportive wife. Together, the funny farmers learn that the eccentric people and events around them outnumber even the mosquitoes, and that one mustn't brag about coming Mr. Lamb fries until knowing the truth. This comic city slicker's nightmare also features buoyant direction by George Roy Hill. This movie is freaking hilarious. I don't think I've ever seen a Nicolas Cage movie. Nicolas Cage. Sorry. Nicolas Cage, you guys. I don't think I've ever seen a Chevy Chase movie that I didn't love. But this is my favorite. Overall. Like, he has so many amazing movies. But this is my favorite. It's just so freaking funny. Are you happy now? It's burning. When it gives her his story for her to read for their anniversary. That's what he gives it to her as an anniversary present. And she reads it and she starts to cry. And she said, "It's horrible." And he's like, what do you want me to do with it? And she said, "Burn it." So he throws it in the fire and he's like, "Are you happy now? It's burning." And he's like, "Shit." It's just, please watch this movie, you guys. Please. For richer, for poor, Kirstie Alley. Kirstie Alley movies are my guilty pleasure, you guys. Brad and Caroline Sexton were incredibly rich and incredibly miserable until something unbelievable happens. Their accountant robbed them dry. Now they're on the run from the IRS and hiding out in the one place no one would ever look for them, Amish country. While their lawyers sort things out in New York, they've got to do their best to blend in and are failing miserably. Hard work may prove to be more difficult than hard time as the Sextons are learning how to milk cows, plow fields, and fall in love all over again. This movie is so freaking funny. It's free on YouTube. Just so you guys know. And my favorite comfort movie of all time, I can watch over and over. Top 10 favorite movies of all time is The Parent Trap. I just finished watching this for the millionth time yesterday. This movie is everything. It's everything. It's got Dennis Quaid and Lindsay Lohan in her first role, Natasha Richardson. What makes this special edition of The Parent Trap so cool isn't just that you get to enjoy Lindsay Lohan's amazing theatrical debut, but that's filled with bonus material. Hallie Parker, a hip Californian, and Annie James, a proper London miss, are identical twins who don't even know each other exist until they accidentally meet at summer camp. Now they're up to their freckles and schemes and dreams to switch places, get their parents, which are played by Dennis Quaid and Natasha Richardson, back together, and have the family they've always wished for. Happy ending. I love happy endings. But anyways, you guys, I am hoping and praying this video worked. Because I don't think I could go through it again. But also, congratulations to my favorite, I don't know if you'll see this video, but congratulations to my favorite ASMR artist. On January 5th, she celebrated 10 years in this ASMR community, Soft ASMR, Sam. Congratulations. And I love you guys, and I'll be talking to you soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.